It's time to stitch the U screen block on our 2 scoops bench pillow.
Ice cream in the cone. Ice cream.
The U screen block is on page 27. I have the fabric backed with interfacing and I have the batting. This block uses the yellow felt from the embellishment packet. So let's stitch out U screen. I will go to Embroidery and to my USB, and I did not use software to combine these files, so I will open the quilting bundle and choose lines 5, and I need the 4x6. I will hit set and add, go back to my USB and to the embroidery files folder and choose the U screen. Hit set and embroidery. Now I do need to change my hoop size. This would fit in the 5x7, but I have my 7x12 ready to go. So I will choose my 8x12 in my machine. Select OK. And now I am going to go to layout and rotate, and I'm going to rotate this to the right. So I use less stabilizer because there's so much on each side. And it would have fit into a 5x7, but I have this hoop again in the 7x12. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and then I am going to move it all the way down. And I probably don't need to bump it over because there's quite a bit of space, but when I choose my 8x12 in my machine, but again, I'm using a 7x12, so it's thinner than the machine thinks it is, so I always just bump it to the left a little bit. Then I'll select OK and go to my minus plus needle. Because I didn't use software, I will be skipping a few steps. So let's get the placement for the batting. Then I will place my batting and my fabric. Because I cut my batting to size, I need to skip the next step, which is the tack down of the batting. So I will use my down arrow. And then the next is the placement for the fabric. I've already placed my fabric and it's much larger than this step. So I will hit the down arrow to skip. And now I will do the tack down of the background fabric and then the background quilting. So I just got done stitching the felt on for the banner, and the last step is to do the words. And so I did put a black bobbin in. I'm using the shadow thread, and you don't have to do that, but I have a bunch of black bobbins that otherwise would never get used. So when I do wording that has a dark thread, then I like to use the black bobbin just so that I can use them up. Now that since the words are our last part of this design and nothing goes over any of the stitching, I am not going to cut this until it's out of the hoop. This is another raw edge applique, and it won't have any other stitches besides what it has now. And I like to do that so I can get the best possible result instead of cutting in the hoop. So let's stitch the last part of this design. So after trimming the jump stitches and the felt and pressing it, I'm ready to cut this to size. This quilting does go into the seam allowance. So here is my batting line, this line, and this inside line is part of the quilting and then the tack down. So I am not going to trim the muslin because no matter what I do, it will be in the seam allowance. So I am going to use my 4.5 by 6.5 orange pop ruler and just center it using the tack down of the fabric kind of as a guide. And I will trim this to size. Then this block will be done.